Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we're diving into Meetings That Get Results by Terrence Metz, published in 2021. This enlightening book serves as a comprehensive guide for anyone who's ever sat through a meeting and thought, this could be more effective. Metz, leveraging his extensive experience as the managing director of MG Rush Facilitation Training and Coaching, introduces innovative strategies for leading meetings that are not just productive but also collaborative. His methods focus heavily on harnessing the collective intelligence in the room to make decisions and solve problems efficiently. Metz is no stranger to the world of effective communication. Through his work with a diverse range of teams, from Agileists and Scrum teams to senior officers globally, as well as his insights shared on the Best Practices Facilitation blog, he has established himself as a trusted authority on making meetings matter. Meetings That Get Results distills these insights into actionable tactics that leaders, team players, and anyone interested in optimizing their meeting dynamics can apply. Whether you're a leader tasked with driving your team's strategy forward, a project manager aiming to streamline collaboration, or simply a team player who believes in the power of effective communication, this book is tailored for you. Metz's pragmatic advice promises to transform the way you approach meetings, ensuring they are always time well spent. Join us as we explore how to conduct meetings that don't just tick boxes but truly get results. Meetings That Get Results, a facilitator's guide to building better meetings. Introduction. Unlock the secrets to productive meetings. Meetings, they're the backbone of corporate structure, steering projects forward and ensuring everyone is on the same page. However, they can also be the bane of our work lives. Picture this. You're sitting in a conference room, clock ticking, yet the meeting's aim seems as far away as ever. It's the unfortunate reality that meetings, pivotal as they are, can quickly become a vortex of wasted time, unless they're conducted with precision and purpose. That's where Terrence Metz comes into play. With a wealth of expertise in facilitation, Metz steps forward to solve this all-too-common puzzle. His approach? Transforming lackluster meetings into sessions that spark creativity, drive results, and, perhaps paradoxically, lead to needing fewer meetings in the long run. Imagine a meeting where every participant leaves feeling energized, clear on their objectives, and closer to their goals than when they walked in. That's not a mere daydream, it's entirely feasible with the right strategies. In this exploration, you will discover the shift in leadership dynamics from answer givers to question askers, how the simple act of changing a car tire offers profound lessons on tackling challenges, and strategies for fostering a culture where viewing problems from diverse angles is not just encouraged but expected. Embark on this journey to refine your meeting management skills, ensuring every session you lead is not just productive but profoundly transformative. Part 1. From Autocrats to Orchestrators: The Evolution of Leadership. Gone are the days when knowledge was confined to physical libraries and the minds of a select few. In the sprawling, interconnected expanse of the digital age, expertise floats freely in the cloud, accessible to all but owned by no one. This seismic shift has not only democratized knowledge, but has also radically altered the landscape of leadership. In the bygone eras, leaders were akin to custodians of knowledge. They lorded over domains of expertise, the farmer over his land, the craftsman over his trade. As the wheels of progress churned, ushering in the Industrial Revolution, these stewards morphed into managers. Their authority stemmed from a mastery over the mechanical and the procedural, commanding the workforce with the precision of a drill sergeant. Enter the digital age, and the script has flipped yet again. The dispersion of knowledge means that no single individual can claim to be the repository of all wisdom. This new reality calls for a different breed of leader, not an autocrat, but a conductor. orchestrating a symphony of skills and insights from the vast pool of collective intelligence. The message is clear. Effective leaders aren't autocrats, they're conductors. The shift is palpable in today's workplace dynamics. Gone is the iron-fisted manager, dictating orders from a lofty perch. Today, we see the emergence of self-managing teams, groups more autonomous, yet arguably more cohesive and effective than any assemblage marshaled under the yoke of micromanagement. This evolution in leadership mirrors the transition from a soloist to an ensemble. Leaders now play the role of facilitators, enabling the ensemble, their teams, to perform to the best of their abilities. They understand that while they could perform the tasks themselves, much like cutting their own hair, the outcome is exponentially better when entrusted to the professionals in their team. Yet, managing an organization, with its myriad teams and departments, is infinitely more complex than overseeing a single hair salon. The orchestra of the workplace requires coordination, a feat achieved through the modern crucible of collaboration, meetings. A successful meeting under this new paradigm is akin to a well-orchestrated concerto. Each participant, akin to a musician, plays a distinct yet integral part, contributing to a harmonious whole. The leader, much like a conductor, directs this symphony, ensuring that every note resonates and every pause speaks volumes. Through skilled facilitation, they transform potentially cacophonous gatherings into sessions of seamless cooperation and innovation. As we embark on this journey to unravel the art of facilitation in this conductor-led era, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The essence of leadership is not in holding all the answers, but in masterfully navigating the questions. Let's delve into how this symphony of leadership is conducted in the meeting rooms of today. Part 2. Clarity of purpose, the key to team success. Imagine this scenario. Two friends, both set out to purchase new cars, united in their criteria of appearance and efficiency. Yet, when the dust settles, their driveways tell entirely different stories. One boasts a sleek but thirsty muscle car, while the other hosts a modest, eco-friendly hybrid. How could two individuals, so aligned in their evaluative criteria, diverge so drastically in their final choice? The answer lies not in the criteria itself, but in the underlying purpose each sought to fulfill with their new car. This allegory shines a light on a fundamental truth often overlooked in the boardrooms and meeting rooms of the business world. Teams that ask themselves what they're trying to achieve get better results. Indeed, meetings are the battlegrounds where problems are tackled and solutions are forged. Yet, more often than not, teams dive headfirst into the how of problem solving without first establishing a united front on the why. Without a shared purpose, even the most well-intentioned efforts can veer off course, leading to solutions that, while technically sound, fail to address the crux of the issue. Enter the power of facilitation. Before allowing a team to get entangled in the specifics, where discrepancies in understanding and vision can lead to conflict, effective facilitators pose a seemingly simple yet profoundly impactful question. What are we trying to achieve? This question, though basic, encourages a shift from a detail-oriented mindset to a purpose-driven perspective, setting the stage for more cohesive and meaningful problem-solving. To further illustrate, consider the dilemma of replacing a worn-out shirt. When selecting a new shirt for oneself, the process is streamlined by an intrinsic understanding of the shirt's intended purpose. However, the task becomes significantly more complex when selecting a shirt for someone else, as demonstrated by the anecdote of a person buying a shirt for their father without understanding the shirt's intended occasion. Despite ticking all the boxes in terms of preferences, the lack of clarity regarding the shirt's purpose leads to a choice that, while satisfactory on paper, misses the mark in practice. This principle scales with alarming significance in the context of organizational teams. When teams forge ahead without a unified understanding of their purpose, the stakes are high, and the cost of misaligned efforts can balloon into staggering amounts of wasted time, resources, and opportunity. Thus, the lesson is clear. Aligning on a common purpose is not just beneficial for team dynamics and problem solving, it is essential. In the orchestration of meetings and the facilitation of teamwork, remembering to first and foremost clarify the why is the linchpin to unlocking truly effective, purposeful collaboration. Part 3: Unraveling Solutions Through a Kaleidoscope of Perspectives. Let's paint a picture. You're alone, driving a rented car along a deserted road, the landscape sprawling endlessly before you. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered by the jarring sound of a tire blowing out. A quick inspection reveals a spare tire, but, alas, no jack in sight. With your cell phone stubbornly displaying no signal, you're left with a quandary on your hands. But here's where the plot thickens. It's not just about finding a way to lift the car. How you conceptualize the problem dictates the avenues of solution you explore. If you frame this as a challenge to find a jack, your instinct might lead you onward in search of a gas station. Conversely, rethink it as a need to access the axle, and suddenly, leveraging the landscape to immobilize the car and maneuver around the busted tire seems like a viable strategy. This scenario encapsulates a fundamental truth. Problem solving is intricately tied to perspective. So, how do you coax into existence an environment where your team habitually adopts varied vantage points to tackle challenges? Let's delve into a couple of strategies designed to broaden the horizon of problem-solving approaches. First off, the magic of reframing problems. Picture this. You're embarking on an expedition to conquer Mount Everest. A crucial mission component is documenting the adventure. The default question might be, should the responsibility of maintaining a logbook fall on the group or an individual? Notice how narrow the lens is here. Now, imagine stepping back and inviting a broader query. How can we create a permanent record of our ascent? This slight shift opens a floodgate of alternatives, ranging from employing GoPro cameras to commissioning a professional filmmaker to join the expedition. The second trick up our sleeve involves redirecting focus. When faced with logistic nightmares, such as ferrying supplies to an elevation of 17,000 feet, the intuitive question might be, how do we transport all the necessary supplies up there? However, flipping the question on its head to, how can we minimize our needs at high altitudes, not only presents a fresh challenge, but potentially simplifies the solution. Beyond cognitive repositioning, there's real value in canvassing the landscape of human experience. Take, for instance, the recurring issue of burnout among your IT department staff. To get to the heart of the matter, engage both the management and the technicians. Where management might suggest lifestyle adjustments like better diets or more sleep, the technicians might yearn for ergonomic workspaces or additional manpower. A holistic solution likely resides at the intersection of these diverse viewpoints. In conclusion, problem solving is an art that thrives on diversity of thought, perspective, and experience. By mastering the art of reframing challenges and genuinely engaging with all stakeholders, you'll find that the most intricate problems often untangle themselves, revealing solutions that were hidden in plain sight. Part 4. Navigating the terrain of diverse opinions with a neutral compass. In a world where problems are multifaceted and solutions are rarely black or white, meetings serve as a melting pot of perspectives. They bring together individuals who view challenges through different lenses, making the discovery of comprehensive solutions more attainable. Yet, this diversity, while a strength, can also lead to clashes. Aligning these varying viewpoints without dampening the creative tension they generate is the tightrope walk facilitators perform in every meeting. Here's the golden rule. Setting realistic expectations and staying impartial keeps meetings on track. As a facilitator, think of yourself as a referee in the vibrant game of problem solving. Your role isn't to quell disagreement or paper over the cracks of discord with a veneer of forced harmony. After all, the friction of differing opinions can spark the fire of innovation and lead to robust solutions. However, The process requires a disciplined approach, anchored in neutrality. Drawing insights from the work of esteemed psychologist Thomas Gordon, it becomes evident that judging the merit of ideas can be counterproductive. Let's delve into why. When participants feel their ideas are being summarily dismissed or excessively lauded, they disengage. A disapproving remark can make them retract into a shell of silence, while undue praise might give them a false sense of completion, as if they've crossed the finish line and have no more to contribute. This phenomenon doesn't just sideline the individual in question. It casts ripples across the entire meeting. Alienating one idea, whether through criticism or overt favoritism, is also an indirect critique of its proponents, risking the engagement of a broader swathe of the group. In this arena, judgmental facilitation doesn't just court conflict, it invites it to take a seat at the table. So, what's the playbook for fostering a more constructive dialogue? Step back and let the team steer. Your task isn't to hand down verdicts on proposed solutions, but to encourage a culture of evidence and rationale. Prompt participants to substantiate their viewpoints, turning the meeting from a battleground of biases into a forum of informed debate. Furthermore, you can diffuse much of the tension by recalibrating expectations from the outset. The goal of consensus isn't to sculpt a solution that wins universal adoration, but to forge one that, while possibly not the first choice for all, is acceptable to everyone involved. It's less about picking favorites and more about finding common ground that all can stand on, even if reluctantly. By adopting these strategies, facilitators not only keep meetings on course, but also cultivate an environment where diverse perspectives don't just coexist, they coalesce into solutions that are as sound as they are inclusive. Part 5. Laying the groundwork for productive meetings. A meeting's success is often tethered to the engagement of its participants. Have you ever sat through a meeting where half the room seemed distant, diving in and out of their electronic devices, while the other half remained ominously silent? Not only does this scenario sap the energy out of the room, but it also significantly dents the meeting's productivity. The antidote? Ground rules that cultivate an environment conducive to focus, participation, and swift problem resolution. Here's the crux of the matter. Distracted or silent participants make for unproductive meetings. The preamble to effective meeting engagement is quite straightforward. Be present. This goes beyond merely filling a chair. It encompasses both physical and mental presence, urging attendees to tune into the discussion fully, leaving distractions at the door. The responsibility to keep electronic distractions at bay, for instance by keeping laptops closed during discussions or setting phones to vibrate, falls on each participant. Should an urgent call demand attention, stepping out of the room ensures the meeting's flow remains undisturbed. This guideline isn't pulled out of thin air, it's backed by research. The myth of multitasking has been debunked time and again, with studies illustrating how juggling tasks leads to diminished performance across the board. Astonishingly, one study even noted a drop in IQs below that of our primate cousins when individuals are distracted by multitasking. Another vital rule revolves around punctuality. Consider reimagining the conventional hour-long meeting time frame to a more precise 50 minutes. This adjustment respects everyone's schedule, allowing for smooth transitions between meetings without the added stress of rushing from one room to the next. Additionally, underlining the principle that silence implies consensus is crucial. It's imperative that every participant actively contributes to the dialogue. After all, a meeting's purpose is to pool insights, debate options, and ultimately land on a shared decision. If individuals abstain from voicing their opinions or concerns, it's assumed they align with the majority's viewpoint. This rule serves as a gentle nudge, encouraging everyone to partake in the discourse. The alternative, remaining silent only to later express dissent, undercuts the collective effort and ethos of teamwork. By instituting these ground rules, you set the stage for meetings that are not just gatherings of individuals but dynamic forums, where problems are dissected, debated, and resolved with efficiency and shared commitment. Part 6. Unlock efficiency with creative problem-solving techniques. Navigating through the intricacies of productive meetings, we've uncovered a wealth of strategies to keep discussions on point and actionable. Yet, there's an elephant in the room. Even meticulously structured meetings can hit a wall of diminishing returns if they stretch too long. Participants' minds wander, momentum wanes, and the urgent need to transition from planning to action grows. So, how can we bridge this gap, ensuring that meetings not only spark ideas, but also catalyze decisive action swiftly? The answer lies in a dynamic, creative approach introduced by psychologist Edward de Bono, the concept of thinking hats. This imaginative tool leverages the power of role-playing and perspective-taking to galvanize the problem-solving process, ushering in a swift, comprehensive exploration of challenges from all angles. Here's the essence of it. Creative approaches solve problems faster. De Bono's framework catalogs thought processes into distinct categories, each represented by a colored hat. This visual metaphor assists team members in explicitly defining their current standpoint on an issue, thereby streamlining communication and understanding within the group. So let's don the hats and explore their meanings. The white hat symbolizes neutrality and objectivity, guiding wearers to focus solely on data and facts. It's the realm of what's known, what's lacking, and the pathways to fill those gaps. Adorning the red hat allows participants to voice feelings and intuition. In this phase, emotional responses and hunches are not only welcomed but essential, provided they are offered during the designated time to prevent conflation with factual analysis. Donning the yellow hat encourages a positive outlook, directing attention to the potential benefits and opportunities within ideas, thereby fostering a constructive, optimistic atmosphere. The black hat represents caution and critical thinking, inviting participants to scrutinize proposals for flaws or drawbacks. This perspective is invaluable for identifying potential pitfalls before they become costly errors. The blue hat, signifying control and organization, is typically worn by the facilitator. It ensures the structured progression of the discussion, time management, and the formulation of action steps. However, the role can rotate, offering others the chance to guide the meeting's flow. The magic of the thinking hats lies in their versatility and the rotational model of role play they encourage. By systematically shifting perspectives, teams can unearth a broader array of solutions and converge on actionable decisions with remarkable efficiency. Integrating this creative approach with the meeting optimization strategies previously discussed promises to revolutionize the productivity of your gatherings. The result? Meetings that are not only shorter and more focused but also richer in outcomes, paving the way for swift, effective action. Final summary. In the modern tapestry of organizational structures, the age-old model of top-down leadership has given way to a landscape characterized by collaboration and team synergy. This paradigm shift demands a redefinition of leadership roles, where facilitation and guidance eclipse directive authority. Central to this evolution is the art of making meetings effective engines of productivity, rather than dreaded time sinks. The essence of these insights? To unlock the full potential of team-driven organizations, leaders must become adept facilitators. This journey begins with the foundational act of setting ground rules to foster an environment conducive to focus, mutual respect, and effective communication. Such norms may include commitments to presence, both physical and mental, a blanket ban on distracting multitasking, and an understanding that silence signifies agreement. Equally pivotal is the alignment on purpose. Before diving into the minutiae of plans and processes, teams must first coalesce around a shared understanding of their collective mission. This act of alignment ensures that every strategic discussion and decision is rooted in a common vision, steering the group clear of aimless deliberation and towards meaningful action. To elevate meetings further, injecting creativity into problem-solving processes is essential. Tools like Edward de Bono's Thinking Hats methodology encourage diverse perspectives, facilitate rapid consensus building, and hone focus, all while keeping the discourse dynamic and engaging. In summary, the secret to transforming meetings from administrative formalities into powerful catalysts for innovation and achievement lies in a leader's ability to blend structured facilitation with creative flexibility. By adhering to clear ground rules, aligning on shared objectives, and championing inventive problem-solving techniques, today's leaders can harness the collective genius of their teams, propelling their organizations towards unprecedented heights of success. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.